prison the rest of their life, to me that is more of paying back society than even having them put to death. Because I don't know about you, but I would not want to live if I didn't have access to books or television or radio or something like that. Now, if we take the judicial system and we make it more stern or strict, we can be accused of cruel and unusual punishment. But having said that, think about what some of these criminals have done. That was much more than cruel and unusual. So yeah, there's still a part of me that is not Mr. Humanitarian. I always say I'm a new kind of humanitarian. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. So you can call me humanitarian light, if anything. But with regards to all this other stuff that I was talking about, you know, it's 20 minutes to 7. 20 minutes to 7. I didn't want to get all caught up in this political stuff that I did, but I'm going to do something different right now. And then we're going to go a little bit back to the budget thing, because that's important. But I'm going to surprise everybody. Remember how I told you I'm going to help you to maybe get some money? Well, now's the time to get that ink pen. Get ready. Here comes the website. Yes, it's a website. Now, if you don't have access to the internet, I suggest you go to the libraries. If you can go to the libraries, even if you don't know how to get on the internet, you could ask the librarian to help you. And most likely they will. So let's get this website. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds. I'm going to be quiet so you have a couple of seconds to write this down. You're going to want to write this down. So let's give you about 5 seconds. Okay, I wasn't counting. All right, here we go, everybody. It is www.missingmoney.com. That's right, www.missingmoney.com. And then that is our resident grammarian and speller. You want to spell that out completely for them, please?
Yes, it's M-I-S.
No, www.mis.
www.misingmoney, that's together, .com, C-O-M.
Now, I'm sure that you've seen other websites where it tells you that you can get money back from the state. Where this website differs is if you lived in multiple states, or maybe you had different names, or maybe you were married, then divorced, then another name, this particular website, you can look up all your names or even your nickname, and it doesn't matter where you are in the United States. But I'm going to go a little bit further. Now, a lot of people will tell you about this website, and in fact, you can buy books and they'll have this website. I'm giving it to you free, 100% free, and you don't even have to watch the news for an hour and a half to get it. I'm giving it to you 100% free without any baloney. Now, here's another thing that I'm doing that they don't do. Not only am I going to tell you about the site, but what good is a site if you don't know how to do what you need to do? So I'm going to tell you. You go to the site, you enter your first and last name in the state that you're in, and you do a search. If you have any money coming, it will come up, and on the right-hand side, it will say over $100 or under $100. So you may very well be owed $75. If you're owed $75, it's not going to tell you exactly what you're owed. It will only say over or under 100. But you may be owed $30,000 for all you know. It will still only say over $100. Now, here's the thing. You go there. Now, I told you how to do it. You put in your name, you put in your address, and then you hit go. Once you do that, let's say that it says, yeah, you got some money, $100 or more. Then you click on, there's a link. I think it says your name, and then you click on it. At some point, it's going to ask you, are you able to claim it? At that point, you will click that, and at that point, there are things that you will need to have printed out. You go to the library, it will cost you about 25 cents a page at the Carnegie Library. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it's 25 cents a page. Now, there are going to be forms, and you do need to get it notarized sometimes. Now, if you need to get it notarized, I'm even going to tell you how to do that, and for free. You can go to any of your state legislators. They can help you fill out the form, or forms, and you won't have to pay for the notary. That's part of your state and federal taxes. Chris will tell you even that one. So now you not only know that you may have money, now you know that. Now you know how to get it. So then you finally fill out the form. Let's say you have money. You fill out the form. Now, I can't tell you how long it's going to take you to get that money, but I can tell you that I am actually owed less than $100. I think it's probably like 15 cents, to be quite honest with you. But MGM Studios owes me something. It may be $1, maybe $15, maybe $25. I don't know. I haven't gotten it yet. MGM Studios owes me something. Why does MGM owe Albert Torcaso money? Because Albert Torcaso in the 80s had done acting. And I did a role on a movie called Dominic and Eugene as a speaking part or a principal. That's why. So I have some residual money that somehow I never got. So it may be 1 penny, it may be $80. I don't know. But what I do know, and why this is important to you, is if you go to missingmoney.com, you're going to find out if you have any money coming to you. Now, if that doesn't work, go to www.irs.gov. Yes, the IRS. Throw your name in there. There may be past refunds or other things. There are sites where you inherited that you don't. There are other ways. You may have money and not even know it. So I suggest each and every one of you check out missingmoney.com. Now, real quickly before we get to the crisis in LIHEAP. You know, I do the political thing. I lost guests, and not too many people are calling. Who knows, may only have 3 viewers. Don't care. I'm still going to do this until I'm thrown out of here. Hopefully that won't happen. I'm going to keep going because I'm trying to save lives. That's the bottom line. Now, remember how I just did all this stuff about the politics? And I just gave you an opportunity that you may actually have money coming to you. So that's a great thing. How many people tell you that, right? And I told you how to get it. Well, here's the other thing. I want every one of my viewers to know this. You may be experts in fields that you don't recognize that you're experts in. So here's another thing. Remember how I told you I'm fighting poverty? Remember how I told you a couple episodes ago that I was writing a book? Well, I have some great news to tell you. I did the dedication. I did the introduction. And yes, my friends, something I've never done before in my life, I've actually started writing the very first chapter. And guess what the very first chapter of this book is? It's titled, The Battle for Life Is Now. And it's all about getting out of poverty. And I'm going to utilize every tool that I have. But I'm going to need your help. Yeah, I'm going to need your help. I need experts. Because one of the things I've been doing is reading other books or having Annette read them. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. That book, my friends, tells you how you need to form a mastermind. And what that essentially is people who are experts on the field. You form a think group with them, and whatever skills you have, you barter in a sense with them, and they barter with you. So I don't like the terminology mastermind. I just don't like that word. So here's what I'm going to do. You want to know about El Torcaso? You're going to know about El Torcaso. Within the next couple of days, I'm going to be making a brand new email address. It's only to be used, my friends, for what I'm about to tell you. I'm going to work on forming an experts group. What I want to do is I want to get doctors in this group. I want to get television producers in this group. I want to get attorneys in this group. Every field you can imagine. What do I have to offer a doctor? What do I have to offer an attorney? What do I have to offer an electrician? I'm going to tell you what I have to offer. Skills in promoting you in other ways. Not necessarily on this particular show because of the advertising clause, but I do have another show which is on talkshoe.com, and there I can do advertisement. So I will promote you. I will use my skills as a loudmouth, barker, carnival barker, marketer, whatever you want to call me. And what I'm asking for you is for you to somehow help me to get on mainstream television. I will use my skills to help you. I want you to help me. And here's the deal. This will be the email address that you will go to. It will be experts, that's experts, experts, at humanitymatters.org. I know it's a long freaking address, but that's just the way it is. I can't do much about that. So it's experts at humanitymatters.org. I have not created the email yet, but I will by next Monday, which will be what? What will next Monday be? The 11th. By the 11th of April, it will be created, my friends. Experts at humanitymatters.org. Because together, we are going to do everything we can for the first time in history to work to defeat poverty in America. That's a monumental task, probably somewhat impossible, but we're Americans, my friends. We're Pittsburghers. We're champions. We're Americans. We can defeat poverty. And think about if Pittsburgh gets this movement, this grassroots movement on, think about how famous we will be around the globe. Not for our football or baseball teams, but for helping people survive, helping senior citizens have the food they need. Now, Chris, before I go, throw something out there. What do you think about the experts group? What do you think about trying to help people? Throw something out there.
I think it's a good idea, and I hope it works, and I hope people get involved with.
Well, I ain't giving up, am I?
And no, you're not. And
No.
you're in for a fight, and you're willing to fight. So.
Hey, I'm Sicilian, so no offense to my fellow Sicilians, but we're Sicilian. We know what time it is, if you know what I mean. And then you got something to say? Real quickly, because I got to throw in the LIHEAP thing real fast.
I think it's
I only have 5 minutes to do it.
I think it's a good idea, and it's something we should try.
Well, you know what? I don't think the experts group is a good idea. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great
Because each and every one of you are talented. You may be a homebound person. My book, whether you're in the experts group or not, my book is going to have things in there that even if you're homebound, we're going to work on trying to get you out of poverty and making money. I know you're probably thinking, why, how, and all that. Don't worry about it. That's in the future, my friends. And when I make the book, I cannot tell you how much it is. I cannot advertise for it. But what I can do is I can bring it here, if it's a hardback, show you the name, and then you'll have to figure out the rest of it. So I'm not advertising. I'm not going to break the rules, but I am going to work on breaking poverty. Now, real quickly, my friends, this is an urgent thing. It's scary, but urgent. My friends, let me tell you something. 2 weeks ago, my furnace broke, and I was told I needed to get a new furnace. It was going to be $5,000. Actually, $5,800. I applied for credit and was turned down. I literally, myself and Annette, froze for about 5 days. My friends, I have a furnace today thanks to the LIHEAP and the crises and the weatherization programs that are out there in Pittsburgh and out there throughout the United States. If it were not for them, I would be freezing today. Now, the furnace they put in, I'm guessing, cost about $3,000, and it's 92% efficient. Now, why does this have anything to do with you? Well, the LIHEAP, the weatherization, and the crises have multiple programs. But the LIHEAP, the crises, and the weatherization help people who don't have money to pay their gas and electric bills. The federal government, listen very carefully, took away over that was a blooper, $2 billion out of the program. As a direct result, next year, Pittsburghers and other Pennsylvanians and other Americans could literally be freezing to death because we do not know if those programs will be in place because of the drastic funding. I would like you, now I'm speaking only on behalf of Albert Torcaso, citizen of the United States, resident of the state of Pennsylvania, resident of the city of Pittsburgh. I'm speaking for myself as a citizen. Please call Congress. Tell them they must restore the funding for the LIHEAP, energy assistance, and crises and weatherization programs. I don't know what umbrella they're all under, but please ask Congress to do that. 202-224-3121. And please call Congress and tell them to pass a budget or an extension by this Friday, or millions of people are not going to get their paycheck that they survive on next month. Call Congress at that number. And also call the White House. Say, Mr. President, if you have to compromise temporarily, be willing to do it to an extent, because we need a budget, because every senior citizen that depends, and every disabled American that depends on Social Security, come May, they may not have any money to pay any of their bills, eat, or anything. Call Congress. Call the president. Don't be afraid. Be polite. Don't be afraid. But also, tell them to refund, put funding back to LIHEAP and crises. Because if you don't, next year, many Pittsburghers may freeze to death. Next year, if my furnace were to break next year, I'd freeze to death. Simple as that. Come on, Pittsburgh. Come on, Pennsylvania. Come on, my fellow Americans. We can be champions. We don't have to be considered liberal, conservative. We can be considered Americans, compassionate, God-loving, atheist-loving. I don't care. Call yourself what you want. Let's save lives. How about that? How about a round of applause for saving lives? Save lives! All right, let's save some lives out there. Well, why don't you say the old tagline? Because we got to get going.
Remember that you,
Well, wrong hand, time out. Back it up.
remember that you and humanity really does matter.
In the eyes of a child, every day, another holiday. Every morning sings a new song as birds come out to play in a golden rainbow future, free from everything defiled. Hope springs eternal, free and wild. In the eyes of a child, in the eyes of a child.